What's going on, guys? DJ PDot here. This week, gonna give a quick look into what's in my DJ bag. This is what I carry uh, in my bag all the time to every gig. Thought it might be useful for people starting out or just people interested to see what's in my bag. So, first of all, most important, computer, MacBook Air, 2012 model, 13-inch, pretty simple. One extra thing I do have is this right here, which is a jet drive. Fits into the SD card slot and it actually expands my memory, my hard drive space to another 128 gigabytes. Got this last year. They now have a 256 gig model. Might be upgrading to that once I run out of room on this, but still have plenty of room. So this is actually a base model MacBook Air with the 128 gig hard drive, and this actually gives me enough room to have all my music on it without adding any extra bulk or taking up any of my USB ports, which is really important. Next up, got Serato control vinyl. These are clears, and then Dr. Suzuki Mix Edition slip mats, white. These just show up really nice in the club as a combination. Really easy to see, which is really helpful in a dark booth. Also, one thing I do is keep redundant sets of gears. So here's another set of control vinyl. These are actually the last pair I was using before, the pair I just showed you. These are worn in a little bit. Wanted to get a new set just to keep it fresh. I try to do that every couple months, every 2 to 3 months. Another pair of Dr. Suzuki mats, these ones in black, still mix edition. These are custom stickers. Well, they're not the usual vinyl stickers. These are from Turntable Lab. Really helpful. Before, Serato had the kind of pointers they have now, so the arrows just kind of let me cue up my records a little faster and see exactly where I am. Good for juggling and just people that like to know where they exactly are. They cue stuff up at 12 o'clock or however they usually cue up records. Even though we live in the age of the SL4 and just using an aux cable, I like to carry a couple normal pieces of vinyl just in case, I'm stuck on SL1 or have to switch out with vinyl. I mean, the songs are pretty old, but just gives you an out. Always want to be prepared. Next up, be my Shure needle case. Got a pair of Shure M447s here on Technics head shells, and then I also got a pair of Ortophone Serato cartridges. These are pretty good. I found that these are pretty easy to find. I was having an issue like finding 447 stylish replacements at one point, and I also wanted to try a different set of needles. Also find that these are can take a little bit more of a beating. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I tend to break these or bend these 447 styluses pretty frequently. Maybe I'm just a little rough with my needles. But these have definitely lasted me a lot longer. Pretty much the same performance as 447s. Just good to have 2 sets of carts. Next up, current headphone choice. These are the III TMA2s. If you know anything about these headphones, they're actually fully customizable. So the headband, the ear cups, the padding, all the way down to the cable, you can buy it piece by piece. So I actually was using these guys, the TMA1s, for years. My one complaint with these was that the headband can get a little uncomfortable after or during a long set. So I made sure to get the more padded headband for the TMA2s, which is a nice option. Pretty much the same setup. The one difference is I got the coiled, I forget what this cable's called, but it's like a wrapped cable. If I could go back, I would pick a different cable. Even though this is like really sturdy and really thick, it actually isn't as flexible as I'd want it to be, and it can cause the headphone jack to swing a little bit, especially in a mixer like the Pioneer DJM 900 or any of the DJM 900, 800, 700 series with the headphone jack on top. Can kind of get in the way every once in a while, which is annoying. Um, Another improvement on these over the TMA ones is that since each part is replaceable, say something breaks or whatever, you don't have to buy a brand new pair of headphones. You just have to buy whatever piece is missing, which is considerably cheaper than buying a brand new pair of DJ headphones every time something goes wrong. Next up, my current Midi controller for use in the club. This is the DJ Tech controller CTRL. This thing has taken a beating. Full steel or metal construction. Use this for Serato Scratch Live and Serato DJ with DVS. I like this thing because it's considerably smaller than the Pioneer controller, as well as cheaper. This is only $100. I get my 4 cue points on each side. You get control over your effects, your looping on both sides, loading tracks. I actually have this remapped a little bit. Really easy to map in Serato. If you know how to map anything in Serato, it's pretty simple. So this does everything I need it to do in a pretty small package, really sturdy, has traveled with me across the country and never had issues with it. So big ups to DJ Tech for making a good cheap controller. Next, let's see. I have my setup for HID mode when I'm using CDJs. So I have an Amazon Basics USB hub with which is actually pretty short USB cable. So I bought an Amazon Basics USB extension, as well as a couple USB cables to plug into this, USB-A to USB-B. So this side goes into your CDJs, this side goes into the hub, and this side goes into my computer, and I get HID control. So this whole setup probably costs less than $30. Amazon Basics, I mean, really cheap and quality. Never had any issues, never had any dropouts. The reason I bought this one is that it does come included with the power cable, which a lot of USB hubs don't. But I've found that even with this, I don't need the power cable, even though it's suggested. I know I might be taking a risk, but I use HID basically every week, and I stopped using the power adapter a couple months ago and have not had any issues. Knock on wood. So, besides the DJ Tech controller, I have my Novation dicers in there. Before I had the control, this was my Midi controller of choice. Just always, had a spot on 1200s. Easy to fit in the booth. I mean, these things are so small. Like, even if you're using CDJs, you can find somewhere on the side to place these guys. I mean, just need like a coin or a screwdriver or a key to take this off to lay it flat. Super reliable. I've had these things for years. I rarely use them, but I just keep them in my bag just in case. I mean, it's pretty light, doesn't take up much room, so worth having an extra. Here's the power cable for that USB hub that's included, which is really nice for that USB hub. I keep a extra power bank. This is a RAV power for charging phones, as well as it's a flashlight as well, which is nice. Let's see if I can get that thing to turn on. Oh, there you go. So nice to have extra battery power, especially if I'm running around all day long, or especially if I can't get to a charger. Maybe I've been traveling all day and I haven't been able to find an outlet and I have to go straight to the gig. Always nice to have. This thing can charge my phone 3 or 4 times before having full charge, before having to charge the battery pack. Pretty small, nice to have, as well as the flashlight's just a bonus. And it has the quick charge USB port, which is kind of nice and pretty cheap. I think I got this for like $30 on Amazon, so pretty cool. I keep 2 sets of earplugs, or actually attenuators, which are a little different than earplugs. I always wear attenuators whenever I play. A long time ago, I heard that the DJ's most valuable tool is their ears, and I firmly believe that. So I always keep these in my ear whenever I play, or if I'm just walking around a club or anywhere loud. These are the downbeats, pretty cheap and very, very effective. What I like about these are, it's not like a normal earplug where everything just, you lose the you lose the sound completely. These just kind of turn everything down, and it's still flat, so I can still hear like the highs and the hi-hats when I have my headphones on. I'm queuing up a song, as well as still hear and feel the bass. Just kind of turns everything down, and still really easy to DJ with, and saves my ears from ringing and headaches the next morning. And I also just keep a backup just in case, because I am known to lose these a lot. I probably go through 4 or 5 pairs a year. Sucks. Luckily, they're like under $20 a pair, but I just keep a backup just in case. Always good to have. Next up, normal iPhone power brick and lightning cable, just to charge my phone whenever I get a chance. Always good to have in your bag, especially when I'm traveling. If I'm at the airport, I can always, plug in real quick and charge my phone. Yeah, pretty simple. Next, these kind of go together. This is a Mpow fisheye lens for my phone. Just when I want to take video on the iPhone with a kind of different feel, as well as a small tripod with like these bendable arms. Really nice, can fit in a lot of places. I can like wrap this around stuff just to get a different shot, or lay it flat, whatever I need, and it's really easy to fit the phone in. This was like $17 or whatever, and then this is another 15, under $20 for sure on Amazon. Really nice to just get some good video, whether I'm at a gig or just like messing around, or when I'm traveling. Good for social media, Of course, to go with my MacBook charger. I mean, this is pretty standard equipment now. Normal stuff. One thing though that I do that I'm not sure if a lot of DJs do. Like I showed you earlier, I actually have the MacBook Air, which is actually the new power connector. So what I do is I carry the old one from my old MacBook, and then I just use the adapter. You can buy these from Apple, $10 or whatever. Why I do this is because a lot of DJ booths will have a Mac charger with them, but it'll usually be the old one. So I just carry this guy just in case, just to make sure I can plug in, so I don't have to pull this out all the time and say, I'm playing a set and someone needs a charger like right after me or whatever. I can hand them this one without having to worry about like, oh, I have the new MacBook charger, not the old one. So just kind of makes things a little simpler. And last but not least, some hand sanitizer. Pretty basic, just whatever hand sanitizer. I just keep this because DJs can be gross people. I mean, licking your fingers to cue up a record, a lot of us are guilty of doing it. Just plus things can be dirty, so to try to avoid getting sick on the road or when I'm gigging, always keep this on deck. Just a small travel size, and then when I'm home I just fill it up with the refill, the big guy. And yeah, that's everything that's in my bag. And the actual backpack itself is, this guy. This is a Lex Dre Backpack. Shout out to my man DJ Impulse on Baltimore. Put me onto this. This is ill backpack. I mean, quality construction, has pockets for everything, and I mean everything. You could tell this was actually designed by DJs for the road. Fits a lot of stuff, and it's really slim. I was using a jetpack before, which fit everything, which was great. But the thing with the jetpack was it didn't fit underneath every airline seat, just because it could be too wide. But this guy is a little slimmer this way, and I have yet to find any issues fitting this under any airplane seat. And that includes Spirit and Frontier with the super small seats. Never had any issues, and yeah, totally worth every penny. Lex Dre does a great job. Look him up. Oh, and Jazzy Jeff uses this bag as well. So shout out to him. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you found that helpful in some way. I would love to know what's in your guys' DJ bag, so please leave that in the comments below, or I mean, if you're inspired to shoot a video for it, I'd love to see. I'm always curious to see what other DJs carry. It's always nice to get other ideas. Maybe I'm missing something in my bag or something like that. So yeah, thanks for watching.